16 novices on the grid, and what's fantastic as well, what I like about this, we do have the mix of experienced racers. So Jonathan Packer there on the left-hand side of the second row. You might remember him from Club Enduro, was in the Capture Motorsport VW Golf last year, was our pole sitter, coming from the 116 trophy as well. But we've got much more high-profile drivers out there. Adam Blair was one of those drivers to take part in the hot hatch races at Donington alongside Ray Collier, Lee and Connor Forster, Josh Copeland and Matty Griffiths. Adam there is a former British F3 racer, James Saggers as well, ex-British GT driver in the RPM Dodge Viper. Who else have we got? There's some really good names out there. But on the other end of that, you've got the flurry of people doing their first ever motor race. So Connor Forster is out there with Lee Forster as well. So Connor, a double autograss champion, but now in his first season of circuit racing. Issy Woolley, we mentioned there. She's one of the ones taking advantage of the team challenge, where two drivers can share the cost of the car and alternate between rounds. So she's sharing that with her father, Jonathan. She passed her ARDS test just 12 days after her 16th birthday, and she's lining up at the back of the grid. I'm here for this one as well. And speaking of the drivers we got, it's great to see so many young women coming up through for this one as well. Yeah, absolutely right. It's great that this has really encouraged newcomers into motorsport. This is what the reason the 750 Motor Club created this, to encourage new people, maybe from different areas of sport, young people in particular, into motor racing with the 750 Motor Club. Very much aware that the membership of the 750 Motor Club has a certain demographic, and it's always important to keep refreshing that. And the fact that it's bringing in children of people that already race with the 750 Motor Club or elsewhere is very encouraging indeed. So we've got the green flag now waved at the back of the grid. So on pole position, it's the black number 87 car of Louis Woodward, who we know from the 116 trophy, amongst other things, and 88 Jake Bloydell in the white and blue and yellow car. Second row is number 10 Ray Collier, the white and orange and black car, and the wonderfully liveried Jonathan Packer car with the stripes down at number 5 there. The third row is 25 James Saggers in the all red car, and Adam Blair, who qualified fastest on the outside of row 3 as the lights go out and the Swift Sport Challenge gets underway for the first time in its history. Off they all go, down towards Copse Corner for the first time. Who's it going to be then that's at the head of the field as they arrive? It looks like it's Louis Woodward in the 87 car from pole position. Jonathan Packer's made a decent start as well. Looked like he was at least briefly up to second place as they turn their way through Copse Corner. Might well lose that though as they head down towards Maggots and Beckett's for the first time. We'll pick them up there in a second, and indeed he has lost it to, is that Ray Collier? I think it is Ray Collier, who then runs wide, so he gives the place back again. He might give a couple of places back in actual fact, but certainly a good start there from Louis Woodward, the number 87 car in the lead of the race. Ray Collier in that Davanti Tyres race team machine, number 10, teammate to Adam Blair. They certainly seem to be some of the more well-prepared teams out there, and that was Adam Blair getting right onto the back of Jonathan Packer, braking for Brooklands. And so from sixth on the grid, Adam Blair already up into third, putting an awful lot of pressure on the former Club Enduro racer out to the front of the field. But it's the former 116 sprint and trophy racer Louis Woodward who leads at the end of the first lap in that black number 87 machine. Great stuff out there. It looked like a slightly sluggish start for Shay Brennan off the line, another driver who's making her racing debut. You might remember her from the VRS Winter Sim Championship that we run here at the 750 Motor Club as well. But there is that Davanti Race Tyres team number 11, which is pressuring Jonathan Packer for second position as they come through Maggots, but they're not letting the race leader go away at all. Around the right-hander they go then, and it is Louis Woodward in the lead of the race then, from Jonathan Packer in second, Adam Blair in third. The pack really covered the top 25 by only 9 seconds at the end of lap 1, so really tight racing. They're still in a huge pack of cars as they head down the Wellington Straight for the what are we on? Second lap of this Swift Sport Challenge race. The first one is that 6 cars just breaking away a little bit now from the car in 7th place, but that does look like it means that the 821 car of Aaron Mullen has latched himself onto the leading group, the novice driver. So they're heading off round through Woodcote Corner for the
second time, and at the end of lap 2, the gap is 0.194 seconds. Fastest lap, though, has gone to Packer, 1:16.487.
Yeah, and he just jinked out to the inside at Copse Corner. Don't know if that was more in defence, because here comes Adam Blair on the outside. That's side by side for second position with Jonathan Packer in that blue, red and white machine. He'll have the inside line when they get to the right-hander at Beckett. So there's going to be a long way round for Adam Blair. And that was the race leader kicking up a little bit of grass as well. So that's Paco who's been able to maintain second place. Jake Boydell still just repelling the advantage of Ray Collier, and then Aaron Mullen as well, who is our top novice racer out there at the moment in the 821 machine.
Down towards Woodcote they go again. That's Ray Collier trying to make a move up on the inside, and he has just about done it, I think. Yes, he has got ahead of the 88 car there of Boydell. And then you've got the 821 of Aaron Mullen right in behind as well. The 22-year-old from Leeds, done some autograss racing in the past. And it's built by the team at the Queenswood Service Centre, that particular car that's running up inside the top 6. So he's comfortably with the best of the novices. Connor Craven is second, and the 191 car of Nick Peters is third best of those drivers.
Back through Copse Corner then. Top 3 just starting to break away ever so slightly with about a second's advantage over Ray Collier, thanks to that little bit of a squabble with Jake Boydell going through Brooklands. We'll see if he can close down that gap. There's the 25 machine of James Saggers, the ex-British GT racer. They're in 7th position as it stands, just ahead of Matthew Weymouth, that is. Another team challenge car that he's sharing with his son, Alfie, who is also in his first season of racing, so we'll see him out later in the season. This is for the lead, though, with Jonathan Packer closing in. He's opened up the door for Adam Blair to try and go through on the inside. Hasn't quite managed to make that one stick, though. Jonathan Packer trying to attack and defend at the same time, and the more they squabble, the more Ray Collier is going to close up on them as well.
Yeah, because Adam Blair there in third place was fastest in qualifying by about a quarter of a second, but had to start the race back on the outside of row 3 because of some indiscretions during the course of the qualifying session.
And Adam was the best of the runners who went out in the hot hatch race at Donington Park earlier in the year. The ex-British F3 racer, as we mentioned, that was all the way back in 2001. More recently, you might have seen him in the Mazda MX-5 Super Cup and the Audi TT Cup as well, and now switching his focus over to the Swift Sport Challenge. And
his teammate Ray Collier's got the best lap of the race now, 1:16.39, so he took about 1500ths of a second out of the cars in front of him on the previous lap. So Ray Collier, who's done a lot of the tyre testing for the Swift Sport Challenge, the Absolute Alignment Swift Sport Challenge, he's doing well here.
A tyre engineer at Tread Limited, and that's why he's been doing a lot of the development there.
Absolutely right. He's ahead of Jake Boydell in 5th. Aaron Mullen still the best of the novices in 6th. Nick Peters now has moved up to 2nd place within the novice class, I noticed. So it's Connor Craven that's dropped back a couple of positions in recent laps, as we are watching some side-by-side action going on there involving Thomas Littlechild, who's down in around about 13th position at the moment, and he has besides him the number 66 car, which is that of Graham Coombs, long-time production saloon racer, World Hire 24-hour racer as well, and he's racing against some drivers with much less experience than himself here.
Dutch supercar champion as well, did British GT alongside Jake Hill, the British touring car champion as well. So yeah, that vastly experienced racer there in that 66 machine in 13th position. As we've got some debris on the road, and that looks like it could be at Brooklands. That's side by side with Ray Collier, and Jake Boydell trying to get that 4th position back from the Devanti Tyres team car, but Boydell losing out on the exit of Beckett's, and so has to sit behind there for a little bit longer. Louis Woodward has pulled the pin, hasn't he? He's absolutely flown away now at the front of the field.
He had the best lap of the race on the last lap of 1:16.389, and of course this is establishing a lap record because it's the first season for these cars, first time of racing in competitive action on the Silverstone National Circuit. There's waved yellow flags approaching Woodcar. I think the car that we're missing is the number 16 car of Joshua Copeland, so that's a great shame for Joshua, the 31-year-old from Saltash, an air conditioning engineer in his first season of racing. It looks like he's come to a stop somewhere out on the circuit.
There's nothing obvious we can see from our TV picture, so it must just be in our blind spot, sadly, because there was a green flag being waved down the start and finish straight. There we can see it, and yep, it is that number 16 car, Josh Copeland, that's just being pushed back into a safer position.
There's a pub quiz question for years to come. Who was the first retirement from an absolute alignment to a Sport Challenge race? Bit obscure, maybe. There's the 821 car of Aaron Mullen. He's got Matthew Weymouth right behind him, who's just got the fastest lap of the race as well. Matthew Weymouth has all of a sudden got a fire lit underneath him, and he is closing in on the leading group, but there's yellow flags at Brooklands. Now, whether that's because of that recovery work that was going on with the Marshalls trackside, I suspect it probably is. So everyone should fall back into line there, but it is Weymouth that did get ahead amongst of all of that, so he's now gone into the top 6.
So that was well timed, but that 821 car just in the middle of that trio now, because who's that behind him? Is that Nick Peters in the 121 car, so a fellow novice?
Yeah, you've got the two novice leaders together now.
Yes, and I'm hugely impressed by their pace, because there's much more experienced guys right in front of them, and they're only 4 seconds away from the leader, is a race winner in the 116s.
Fastest lap swapped around again. Ray Collier's pitched up now, 1:16.331. So
another lap record.
Indeed, but it just goes to show how competitive it is. Looking at the best lap times, the top. Certainly the top 8 or 9 are all within in the 116s, and a few more further back as well. So that's really, really competitive that they're so close on lap times in racing conditions.
That round Beckett's once again, and Aaron Mullen now coming under pressure from his class rival. There's the big black X with the yellow background on the back of the cars that 16 of these cars have got on them in this race. And do you know what? They've all been so well behaved as well. We were expecting people to be flying off the road potentially, but no, they've done extremely well. And just collecting that little bit of debris down at Brooklands was Aaron Mullen in his first attempt to take the lead of the novice category on the inside of Brooklands. And Nick Peters, that was the other way around, wasn't it? It was Nick Peters who picked it up. Aaron Mullen retakes the spot on the inside. Now, is that side by side, or is that lap traffic they're coming to? Yeah, it looks like they are getting through some lap traffic.
Adam Blair's got second, though, and he's got the place away from Jonathan Packer now for P2. Gap, he's still about a second to Louis Woodward in the lead of the race. So we need to keep an eye on the battle for the lead, but there's good scraps going on further down the order as well. We're watching that between the Aaron Mullen and Nick Peters as well, weren't we? There is Mullen in the that's Peters, sorry, in the 191 car, 40-year-old from Dorking. He's a builder, done quite a bit of oval racing, and he's in a Mark Freeman race preparation produced and prepared machine. Blue flag's now waving. That's because some of the slower drivers are now being caught by the race leaders. Louis Woodward still out in front here. And as they're getting through the traffic, you could see Adam Blair getting past one of the back markers.
Was that Ray Collier as well? Yeah, I was saying Ray Collier's on the back of Jonathan Packer. It looked like he was going for a move down into Brooklands. Of course, Jake Boydell and Matt Weymouth right there as well. So Packer under a little bit of pressure. As a class winner in the Club Enduro last year aboard his VW Golf from Capture Motorsport.
I reckon we're 3 laps away from the end of this race now, and Woodward's lead even has gone out to 1.8 seconds. So I think amid the traffic, he's really gained a little bit from Adam Blair, who's got some damage to the front of that car.
Yeah, so I think he's made contact with someone or something firmer than the front of his car, and you can only assume that that is from some having to do some lappery. But look at the Packers in a Devante tyre sandwich here, with Collier trying to get on the inside going around Brooklands.
Sounds a bit chewy to me. It's Jonathan Packer that is in the middle, and he is trying to break his way clear of these two Devante tyre cars. He needs to get past Adam Blair in order to do so. He's pulled out to the right-hand side of the second, so he's not been in the slipstream there. He's tucked back in behind now, not able to make a move into Brooklands' corner. So you've got really the top 6 cars, well, actually the second to 6th cars really circulating together, because you can't really count Louis Woodward because he's well out in front now. Looks like he's probably got this inaugural Swiss Sport Challenge race in the bag, but we can't speak too soon. So it's Blair, Packer, Collier, Boydell and Weymouth that are in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th group. Peters and Mullen still doing battle for the novice class win as well, and that's sort of equal importance really with so many newcomers on the grid.
Absolutely. So 2 laps to go then, and Adam Blair leads that battle for 2nd place over the line, and Jonathan Packer, Ray Collier, Jake Boydell, Matt Weymouth right in the fight. The novice battles sort of spread out a little bit because Nick Peters got 5 seconds over Aaron Mullen now. This is Ray Collier under pressure from behind. That is the 88 of Jake Boydell trying to go through. They ran out a little bit wide, and that has allowed Collier to get straight back underneath him. But that one little exchange there has cost them several car lengths to Jonathan Packer behind. So he can start to put the pressure on Adam Blair just a little bit more. Here comes Matt Weymouth as well in the black car with the orange stripe on it around the outside at Brooklands, going for 5th position, runs out wide, hits that debris in the middle of the racetrack as well, and so he has to settle in behind.
Absolutely right. So we're about to go on to the final lap of the race here in the Absolute Alignment Swift Sport Challenge. And it's Louis Woodward leading. Adam Blair's got to be a bit careful though. He's already been shown the black and white driving standards flag for exceeding track limit, so he can't afford to do that again. He has narrowed the gap by about 3 or 4 tenths of a second on that lap to Louis Woodward, but it is still 1.6 seconds as the number 87 car turns its way through Copse for the final time. It is then in 2nd place Blair, and he too has a bit of a gap now back to Packer in 3rd place. So it looks like the top 2 probably settled, barring any penalties.
Some changes further down the Packers timing screen updated itself, but there's Louis Woodward 1.6 seconds out in front, and it looks like he is going to be the first ever victor of the Absolute Alignment Swift Sports Challenge. And Adam Blair's looking much more comfortable in 2nd place now. That maybe there was a mistake from Jonathan Packer in those previous few corners, because he's under big pressure from Collier and Boydell behind.
Yeah, but here comes Louis Woodward then into Brooklands for the final time. He's quite experienced now. He's racing the 116 Trophy, the 120 Coupes. We saw him out in the Armed Forces Race Challenge as well, up at Croft a few weeks ago. He's turning his way through the right-hander at Luffield, starts to accelerate up towards Woodcote Corner and the finish line to take the checkered flag. And it's Louis Woodward then that is going to win the inaugural Absolute Alignment Swift Sport Challenge race. He's flashing the lights as he goes over the line. He's taken the win. Adam Blair is 2nd, 1.7 seconds behind. Jonathan Packer completes the inaugural podium. The first novice win goes to number 191, Nick Peters. So he takes the checkered flag as top novice from the 8 car in the end of Shea Brennan, getting that place away from Aaron Mullen on the final lap. And completing the top 10 is James Saggers. But what a fantastic start to the Swift Sport Challenge that was. It was a pretty good clean race. A little bit of damage we could see on 1 or 2 cars, but I think the vast majority of cars made it to the checkered flag, which was fantastic to see.
Yeah, the damaged one was one of the most experienced drivers out there. So, yeah, that was incredibly clean racing and fantastic stuff. Great start to the Swift Sport Challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. So final few cars just taking the checkered flag. We will have a look at the results in just a moment. The confirmation there that it's Louis Woodward, number 12, that took the win in car 87, sorry, number 87 after 12 laps. He was 1.7 seconds clear of number 11, Adam Blair. Third, number 5, Jonathan Packer. Fourth was number 10, Ray Collier. Fifth was 88, Jake Boydell. And sixth was number 19, Matthew Weymouth. We then move on to the first of the novices. That was 191 Nick Peters, who was quite a comfortable winner, actually, in that class in the end, by more than 6 seconds over number 8, Shay Brennan. Then it was 821 Aaron Mullen in 9th place. 25 James Saggers completing the top 10. Then a couple more novices, Connor Craven and Lee Forster. Graham Coombs 13th, Thomas Littlechild 14th. On to the next page, we have in 15th place Maddie Griffiths, great drive from her, ahead of Victoria Babb. Tom Simon 17th, then Guy Povey, Graham King and Connor Forster completing the top 20 with, I think, 25 finishes out of 29 starts. So really good reliability as well from the Swift Sport Challenge cars in their inaugural race. So we've got the leading drivers heading down the pit lane now. Kieran Mogg is going to be outside. He's no doubt got some very excited drivers who we'll be talking to in a minute, Chris.
Absolutely. And so there is Louis Woodward after that great victory. Was under pressure for an awful lot of it. And of course, these cars are back out again for a second race later on this afternoon. And an exchange there with Adam Blair, the second place finisher and now lap record holder of the Swift Sports Challenge, 1:16.085.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's a well done there.
And there's Kieran. He is ready and waiting to talk to our top 3 down in pit lane.
I can't hear him at all. Hello. All right, so we're going to quickly chat with our winner, Louis Woodward, the first ever Swift Sport race winner. That was had a bit of a gap then.
I did, yeah. The guys obviously behind were quick. They started coming at the start, but got into a bit of a rhythm, got my head down, and yeah, just had to tick off the minutes as they rolled by. But yeah, really enjoyed it. It was good.
Obviously, you've raced in a fair few different categories. How does this one compare to those from before?
I really enjoy it. You know, obviously it's a little car, but we did one once its trophy before. The difference with this is weight with driver. Obviously I'm 6'4", so you know, sometimes at a little disadvantage, but I wanted to give it a go front wheel drive and thought something different for this year. But yeah, so far so good.
Absolutely. Obviously, you've got one race later on as well.
Yeah.
How are you thinking about that one?
Same again, really. Yeah, just repeat and see if we can get our heads down and get away at the start. So yeah, it's all new. Obviously, you know, new car, new tyres. You know, standing starts. It's all a bit different to what I'm used to. So yeah, we're enjoying it and we're learning, and it's really good.
Well, congratulations on the inaugural win. We'll have a quick chat with our second place, Adam Blair. Now, Adam, we spoke obviously during the lunch break, and you said that you were feeling very confident in the car. You look like quite comfortable out there.
Yeah, it was tricky. We seemed to be a little bit down on power compared to the first two cars. And unfortunately, Jonathan had something that you can see on the windscreen here coming out of his engine, or out of his exhaust, and I got ABS lockout and crashed into him. So I apologise for that, but it was not obviously intentional. Wasn't actually even trying to overtake at the time. But yeah, so yeah, we need to kind of work out where we're lacking in power a little bit, and we should be hopefully knocking on the door a bit more.
Yeah, so do you reckon you can take the fight for the win later on?
Unlikely, to be honest. I think there's obviously some issues, probably an engine sensor or something like that. It's just we're quicker in the corners in that race. We were reasonably quicker in the corners, but yeah, as soon as we got to the straight, it was just kind of we were getting gapped, so we were always too far back. So, but yeah, you never know.
You got the fastest lap though.
Yeah. I mean, the car itself is great. It's just a bit down on power. Yeah. So we'll sort it out.
All right, well, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing it later.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, thank you very much. Speaking of our third place, Jonathan Packer. Obviously, we spoke during the lunch break as well. You were pretty confident, feeling pretty comfortable. Looks all right out there.
For a little tin trophy, weren't we? So, yeah, got one. I was in the running for P2, but, yeah, Adam got past. I think I took more hits than the Spice Girls in that race, but, yeah, it was all good. Yeah, good race. Yeah, nothing to report, really. Cars in one bit, a few little battle scars, but we did what we came to do, which is get a podium and get a trophy and hopefully rack up some points, because obviously it's a championship, so points mean prizes.
What do you reckon for the race later on? Do you reckon you can maybe take one better?
I'd like to think so. However, the black car had the guy that got P1, I don't know his name, but he had some really good pace. He had some really, really good pace. I crept up in him a few places, but not enough momentum to lunge, and I don't want to crash into people. That's the last thing you want to do. So I just sat and I was sensible. Yeah, that's it. I was sensible.
All about keeping it and bringing it back home. Well, congratulations on P3.
Excellent, thank you.
Cheers, thank you very much. We'll speak with Nick Peters. Nick, you are the first novice winner, and you had to earn it as well.
I did, yeah. Starting in 11th. I mean, I don't know where I came overall. Was it 6th or 7th? 7th, yeah. So I just tried to work my way through the pack, really. But I caught up with the top 6 guys, and it was just hard to make ground on them, just because the cars are so equal. So overall, very happy, to be honest.
Do you reckon it can do a little bit better in the race later on?
I'd hope so. I mean, quali I got 3rd place, but I got put back because I practiced on Friday. But yeah, overall, hope take into the next race really and improve from there.
All right, look forward to seeing it. Congratulations.
Lovely. Cheers. Thanks, Ryan.
Cheers. Thank you very much. All right, so as you probably just heard, the cars are out on circuit because coming up next we have the PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship.